Okay, when we leave for a month, we only have one car. We have to jam it. We've learned a trick. We fill it to the rafters and then we roll down the windows and we stuff stuff on top. And we have empty bags. So when we get to the other side, all these loose food items will get repacked. Theoretically, there's still room if I packed around Janice, if I got her to sit inside and then packed around her, but I think we've made it. Good evening and welcome back to Cruising Off Duty.
Hey everybody.
It's been a while. It's been a long while. It's been a year, in fact.
Yep.
Since the last episode.
Nothing bad happened.
So embarrassed.
Yeah. Everything's awesome.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We made it through COVID. I'm pretty much unscathed. What it was last summer, we had a great summer. We filmed it. Yeah. We actually had, last episode was us talking about us about to be on this great voyage around Lake Ontario. Mm-hmm. Due to COVID, we were complaining that we couldn't get any reciprocal spots and a bunch of other things. Luckily for us, as soon as we started that voyage, everything kind of opened up.
After July 4th, a lot of the restrictions were lifted, and so we were able to do a lot of stuff. Yeah. After all, so that's great. And we did film it. It's just that
we filmed it, and it stayed in a can somewhere. Never got done. I'm the one-man band of this organization. I do the filming, drone piloting, editing, everything. So if I fall off the wagon when it comes to doing editing,
I don't pick that up.
Yeah, Janice doesn't grab it and run. So I got into other things. I had another channel that I started. Anyways, just got busy. Next thing you know, it was winter.
He does this as a hobby, and he has several hobbies.
Yeah.
So he got really devoted to a couple other things there for a while, and and then it was winter, and then it didn't feel like sailing made sense to be putting out episodes about sailing. But this year we got back to Collins Bay. We love this club, especially now that COVID is kind of over-ish. And now we're meeting all these people that we didn't get to meet last year when we were here, our first season, because last year we weren't allowed to socialize other than talking from your boat to somebody else's boat and saying hi from a distance. You couldn't have drinks. Now we've had a couple of fun parties.
Yeah.
Just a couple nights ago was a big 50th anniversary party. We had lobster, and there was a DJ and everybody dancing.
That was fun. And there was a barbecue 2 weeks before that, a big barbecue. We've had a few social events already. And what we kind of woke me up was all these people going, hey, we love your channel. What happened? You guys have gone black. And I'm like, sorry. Yeah, we did film it. I just never got around to it. And I didn't think anybody noticed. I honestly thought, there's a million sailing channels, but there's not any sailing channels of note that are sailing around the Thousand Islands, Lake Ontario and whatnot. And so people who live around here, sail around here, or plan to sail around here really we're waiting for our footage.
Oops.
And I didn't do it. I feel bad. But yeah, so we're leaving as of tomorrow on our 2022 sailing trip. And this time, because COVID is over-ish.
And we can cross the border.
Yeah, we can go in the U.S. side of Lake Ontario, which we haven't been able to do for the last 2 years.
Yeah, because I don't want to get tested back and forth. Like, I'm not, against it. I just didn't want to bother doing it. So we stayed in Ontario.
Last year, could we have crossed? I don't know.
Had we gotten tests before and after, like on the way there and on the way back.
Oh, you had to be tested twice. The year before, we weren't allowed it at all. It didn't matter what you did. You couldn't cross the border. In fact, we met somebody who left Niagara-on-the-Lake, which is one of the places we saw, which is going to be a great episode. And they cut across the way the crows fly to go back towards Kingston, and they cut through the American water because they were leaving from the border of Canada and the United States. That Niagara is like right beside each other, and they cut across the American water and got stopped by border services asking why they were crossing in through American water. That's how serious it was.
Yeah,
when the border was closed.
They were following us too. There was a big military boat at the border between Ontario Niagara and American Niagara.
They were patrolling down the middle.
They were following us as we were going into our Niagara on the lake.
And making sure the Canadian boats stay on the Canadian side and the U.S. boats stay on the U.S. side. So it was a pretty weird time. And nobody expected COVID to go on for like 2.5 years either. So anyways, long and short, that stuff all got filmed. Some of it's really good because that was the first summer we had our electric scooter for you and my electric unicycle for me. And that's how we got around and saw far and wide, way further than we could when we had our folding bikes. Yeah. Because in the summer when it's 30-something degrees, neither one of us really want to bike a long way. No. So somebody would say, oh, you got to go see this other thing. It's 20 kilometers away. And we're like, we're not biking 40 kilometers.
Well, 2 years ago, it was super hot, like a record-breaking hot July, 30 degree every day. Sweltering. And we were biking around, and we were just drenched in sweat, and it wasn't fun. So.
Yeah, it wasn't. It kind of limited our range. So long and short, we enjoyed that. We got some good footage, and you're going to hear a train because Collins Bay is right beside a train track. So you're going to hear that every
Train
once in a while.
track here, airport there.
Yeah.
So lots of planes.
Lots of planes and trains and automobiles over there. So
Yeah.
we love this place, so it is fun, and I'll take a little of B-roll footage of it out there. So now we're going 2022. I am going to film this. So my focus now is get out the 2021 stuff, followed immediately by the 2022 stuff. So there you go. So when you see this next episode coming up after this, it will be 2021. I will put on the screen 2021 just in case people are wondering why we're talking about COVID so much. And also we want to talk about how we've improved our boat this year.
Yeah.
Miles difference, like 100% different than what it used to be. And how we're planning now to live on it for a year after retire.
Or maybe 2.
Maybe longer, yeah. So what we always say, we're going to sell this boat, we're going to get a catamaran. The plan is still to do that. But we come to the realization that catamarans are not cheap. Very, very expensive.
That, and you know him, if you've watched him, for like, he's like go gadget. He's like Inspector
Techie.
New technology. If it's new technology, he wants it.
Yes, I want it.
So we pretty much, or he is pretty much completely lost interest in the whole idea of having a diesel engine at all.
Yeah.
So we want to wait till we can afford / prices come down for all electric.
Yeah. So all electric propulsion, massive battery bank, lithium iron phosphate batteries, tons of solar. In fact, I'm willing to go total solar and lose the mast and just be a all solar boat. There are boats like that out there, but right now the one that I think of at the top of my head is Silent Yachts. Their smallest boat is 60 feet. It's a $2.5 million+ boat. We can't afford that. I'm hoping some builders start coming out with the same idea in the 45 to 50 foot range, and prices of all the solar and the battery bank are coming down quickly. So we think in 2 or 3 years, there's going to be a lot of boat builders that are offering an entirely electric propulsion where your only diesel might be a generator as a what if. If it's already doable now, the technology is there, it's just the prices have to come down. And what that'll allow you to do is, if you're willing to go the speed of a sailboat, let's say 7, 8, 9, 10 knots, you should be able to go completely on solar, which means no fuel costs, which fuel has gone up immensely everywhere worldwide, but Canada it's almost like $2.50 a liter, and these bigger boats have like 10,000 liter tanks, so we're talking $30,000 to fill your tank. Like, what? No, it's not going to happen. Oil, maintenance, running problems, compression problems, all this stuff that goes along with a diesel or gas-powered engine.
Finding gas at remote locations.
Yes.
That is clean and not going to gunk up your engine.
Yes. And just the freedom of having your own, in essence, power plant, that your solar power is your gas, is your free gas. So if you're on an island and you see another island 5 miles away, especially in the British Virgin Islands or the Caribbean, you can see an island over there and go, hey, the battery banks are full. Why don't we just zip over there and go see what it is? Oh, you get over there and go, it's not as nice as where we were before. You just go back.
Yeah.
As opposed to if you've got constantly burning diesel to do everything.
Then it'll feel restrictive. You'll feel reluctant to just go wherever. It would probably limit the number of stops. We'd probably take direct routes instead of seeing like the detours and other nice spots along the way. And I think we would be better off to just wait a little longer, and we'll still be south on this boat. Yeah. But
and also by living in Florida, that's our plan. Is we want to do not next summer, but the summer after that, I'll be retired, and we're going to do as much of the Great Lakes as we can, not just Lake Ontario.
Yeah, I want to circumnavigate them all.
I don't think we can do that all in one summer, but we can do at least 2 or 3 of them. There's 5 Great Lakes. We already are on Lake Ontario, so we can cross that one off. We've seen it enough. Lake Erie, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, there's Georgian Bay. There's a bunch of places. If it wasn't for winter ruining the middle of the sailing season, every 6 months of every year it's winter here in Canada, we could just keep going until we got bored of the Great Lakes, which would take a long, long time. But what we're going to do is that summer we'll do as much as we can, and then we're going to take this boat through the Erie Canal system to New York City, from New York City down to Intercoastal, and then live on it in the Florida area somewhere. We don't know where yet. And from there, we'll be able to be close to the mecca of where all catamarans are sold, is the Florida / Caribbean area. So when boats are listed and a broker calls us and says, you really got to see this boat, it just came on the market, you think it's something you're going to like, we're not flying from Ottawa, Canada, where we live, down there just to check out a boat, kick the tires, decide it's not really for us, fly all the way back to Ottawa, and then a week later they call us again for another boat, we fly down. Like, we can't be flying down dozens of times just to look at boats. But if we live down there, then we're already like just down the street. So that is the plan. So we've done some improvements to make this boat more livable.
Did some upgrades.
Yeah.
Really nice ones.
We got out of the lead acid, going talking about the technology. The lithium iron phosphate battery is the newest technology in battery. We replaced our lead acid house bank with lithium iron phosphate. It gives us so much more capacity. Yeah. And because of that, we've been able to run, we have a brand new microwave. Janice is able to use her hair dryer. Yay. And all these other things that are high consumption things that our inverter could handle, because it's a 2,000 watt inverter. Yeah. It's just our battery bank couldn't. Lead acid couldn't give the charge fast enough to run the inverter, so the inverter would squeal like a pig every time we tried to use a hair dryer or something like that. And we never even thought about getting a microwave until we had the new battery bank put in. And we realized, geez, we can use a hair dryer without it even complaining.
The toaster going yesterday.
Toaster, microwave.
My hair blower today. We use the microwave all the time.
Yeah, constantly now. It's like we're being at home. We bought a secondary mobile power station, which is lithium, not lithium iron phosphate, lithium, lithium, the other brand type of lithium. It's 560 amp hours. It's also mobile. It comes with all the different USB-C plugs and just tons of extra plugs that, of course, a boat like this that's built in 1994 didn't come with. Mm-hmm. It's also mobile, so it plugs into our house bank and stays charged, but whenever we want to take it to like the cockpit or something, we can put it out there, plug our laptop in if I want to edit or do anything out there. It's in essence a mobile version of your house bank that you can take around the boat where you want to do it, or even if you take it off boat if you want to go camping or something like that. There's that, and then we got a brand new fridge.
Yeah.
The fridge that was built into the boat was the old Adler Barber cold machine.
Original
1994, 70. The boat's not that old. 94 when it was built, that's when that cold machine was put in. And it's been giving us trouble for about 3 or 4 years now. We've been kind of nursing it.
On life support.
Yeah, get it to work.
Resuscitate it every spring and fiddle and fidget. And this year we just couldn't get it going. So then he bought this other new toy, which... A Bouge RV fridge/freezer. You decide if you want it to be a fridge or a freezer. And if it is a freezer, there is another compartment that is a fridge. Holds 2 drinks.
So I'll show you some footage of that at the end of this video. So that was our fridge because you knew this vacation was coming, and we didn't think we could ever get, if you've ever been in the Marine Service, tried to get a Marine Service person to come to your boat. Usually there's a waiting list and you can't get in. We didn't think we'd get the new fridge in time, so we bought this to be our fridge. But then we did get it. The new NovaCool is the brand that replaces the cold machine, and that got installed much quicker than we thought. So now we have that thing that is amazing.
Yes, so it's a big improvement because before we had a vertical little ice box and we had to use those vertical ice cubes, and they're really hard to get them out. This one is horizontal, attached to the top of the fridge compartment. And it holds 4 giant ice cube trays. Like I get ice cubes this big for my rum and cokes, and they take less than 24 hours to freeze solid. And we can keep frozen freezies and ice cream in this
the Bouge
RV freezer.
Yeah. So the Bouge RV, which was supposed to be our fridge, so if we didn't have a fridge, is now turned into our chest freezer. Yeah. It's 53 quart or 50. So it's large. It's something you could actually sit on. It's that big, and it's our freezer now. And then, like I said, there's an overflow compartment that is not refrigerated, so the overflow coldness goes in there to make it a fridge. So we've got that. We've got ice cream in there, frozen blueberries, frozen vegetables. Yeah. It's like being at home with the microwave and, of course, a barbecue. So we've got all the luxuries of home. We've got our water lines.
Washer dryer. We have it all except for the washer and dryer.
We don't. Come on, it's the 35-foot sailboat. We can't fit a washer and dryer. Yeah, the Catamaran will have that. So yeah, because of the fact that now we've come to the mindset that we're going to live on this boat post-retirement in a little over a year. We had to upgrade the boat. We just need to upgrade one more thing, and that's we think we need dinghy davits for our dinghy so we don't drag our boat.
And probably a
dinghy. Yeah, and probably a better dinghy. We need a dinghy davits because when we're going to go down the intercoastal waterway and all this other stuff, we don't want to be dragging a dinghy behind us the whole way. And it's a rib, it's heavy. So people are like, well, just throw it on the deck. It's not that easy to throw a heavy 10-foot rib on your deck. Every time you want to use it, you've got to take it off your deck, and every time that's a pain in the butt. But if we had a davits, you pull up to the back of the boat, you winch it up, it's out of the water, good to go. So those are the improvements, those are the plans. Soon retirement's coming really soon, and then off to living on this boat somewhere down in Florida area probably, or the Caribbean, who knows. We haven't got those hard plans yet, and then we're going to be kicking tires, looking at catamarans, and we'll film all that for you guys because I know a lot of you want to see what's out there in the catamaran market. Our eye's going to be on electric propulsion, so we will show other boats, but I don't think I can settle now. I've just fallen in love with electric propulsion, so no maintenance, no fuel costs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like, yep.
I'm looking at her because she's like,
well, I'm on board because it is
more money,
future-proofing. Like, it's more money, but it's more freedom if that's what we got.
Yeah. And I think you could say if it's more money
it
up
would be
front,
less maintenance, less stress,
less fuel.
Less fuel.
If you add
less
up how much
money
fuel you
over
spend over the
time.
lifetime of your boat, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So you take that off the price of what the boat will cost if it's all electric, and it's not actually that expensive when you factor that in compared to a diesel one. So there we go. See, I'm still talking her into
Just
it.
rationalizing it, selling me on it.
Selling her on it. When I told her we can just go wherever we want for practically free because the solar is free once you've installed it all. Then she's like, oh, I like that idea. So there we go. So that's it. So do you think of anything else we should mention?
No.
Okay. So the episode you'll see after this one will be the first episode of our 2021 sailing excursion around
That'll be confusing.
Lake Ontario.
Nonsensical.
But you will see the merit of it because you'll see us exploring far and wide on our electric scooter / my EUC, which makes me look like a stormtrooper. So there you go. All right, so that's it. Well, hopefully you look forward to this. Oh, give the channel a thumbs up. It is important for smaller channels because that's what YouTube looks at. They look at thumbs up, they look at comments and things like that. So the algorithm gives those credit. The more that happens on a smaller channel, the more they recommend the videos to other people. So if you like a smaller channel and you want to reward them for their efforts, give them a like, give them a comment, and of course subscribe. So if you do all that, we would much appreciate it. So until next time, this is Craig and Janice.
Bye.
Signing off. Ciao for now. Okay, just a little bit of the lay of the land, a little B-roll of what we've been talking about that earlier in the episode. So this is Collins Bay. We love it here. Very popular. As you can see, every slip is taken. There's a waiting list to get in. This floating house over here, that's actually the yacht clubhouse. So the marina house is the house. And then the clubhouse to party in is this floating like houseboat. And I've added one more thing that I didn't talk about. I've had this for a while. I just haven't recently been keeping it on the boat. But Janice likes her stand-up paddleboard, and then I get stuck on the boat doing nothing since we only have one stand-up paddleboard. So I've got my Hobie pedal power propulsion kayak. This is also not new, but this is what runs the show around here. This is the 260 watts of solar. That's plenty. I used to think maybe I needed more, but it was actually the lead acid batteries that were the weak point. They just don't hold enough charge. They don't just give out enough charge, and you can't get them below 50%, or you damage the batteries. So that's that. Next, I'm going to show you the Nova Cool fridge compressor. It goes in the exact same spot as our old compressor. It's here in the lazarette. And I'll also get to show you where we keep our electric scooter and whatnot. So there is the Nova Cool. It actually takes up, as you can see from the white, less floor space or whatever area than the old one. The old cold machine took about 5 amps to run. This takes 2 amps to run, same size fridge, so much more efficient. There's Janice's electric scooter. It's an Apollo Ghost. And down in the bottom, I don't know if you can see it very well, that's my EUC. That's what I ride, and that's what gets us around. Now, going down below, you can see the new additions. Let's start with the Nova Cool fridge. So this is the same, obviously, fridge as location we had before. Nothing's changed from there. Oh my goodness, we are packed. That white box in the back is now the horizontally mounted ice box. It is huge. Holds 4 massive ice trays. We have lots of ice for drinks. This stays really cold. You can tell we're gone for a month because the thing is packed. And every one of these baskets is packed that we have around the outside. That's for snacks and food and whatnot. We've got stuff everywhere under these seats. So this is the other addition. This is the kind of like mobile power station. It's actually connected with DC input from our cigarette adapter, which we only have one in this boat, so we had to split it with a splitter. 3 more come out of that, plus USB-A and USB-C. And of course with this, running off the house bank as well, it's always charged. And then we run things off this iPhone MagSafe charger, iPhone or iWatch, Apple Watch charger. And then this is the part that was going to be our fridge, and it's now our freezer. It's the Nova Cool. As you can see, there's a digital readout that tells you what you've got it set to. We have it set to -19, and because of that, it is now no longer a fridge, it's a freezer on this side, and then this is just overflow And you can see that even in the fridge, it's 2.2 degrees Celsius. So it doesn't freeze on the fridge side, but it does stay nice and frozen on the freezer side. Down below, there's frozen blueberries, frozen steaks. Down in there somewhere is a full tub of ice cream. So if you're an ice cream lover, that's perfect for what we need. Oh, and then of course, the new addition to the kitchen is the microwave. Now, it's not a huge microwave. We didn't want to get a full-size one and risk it being more than the inverter can handle, but our 2,000 watt inverter handles this little microwave perfectly. And that's pretty much it. So there you go. Oh, beautiful day. We're leaving tomorrow morning, so got to get this episode edited and out to you guys. Talk to you later.